Okay, welcome once more, wonderful people. This is Mr. Ndabezita, and we are on our second tutorial. Now, what I want us to do is to notice the difference from the previous inequalities that we looked at in comparison with this one. So what we need to do is to take whatever that we have on the right hand side and bring it to the left hand side. So we're going to write this exactly as it is. X minus 3 divided by x plus 4, take this to the other side, minus x plus 1 divided by x. Please be very careful. I did not change the sign of the middle. All I did, this is positive. When it goes to the other side, it becomes negative. And because I've taken this to the other side, what is left on this side, it's nothing. So we say it's less than 0. Exactly the inequality sign, the way in which it was. Now from here, whenever you have a fraction and a fraction separated with addition or subtraction, we know that we take out an LCD. And the LCD will be everything that we have on the denominator. So I have x into x plus 4. Why? Because x multiplied by x plus 4 is exactly this. I'm going to draw up a line. This into this goes once, and then we say x multiplied by the whole of this. So I'm going to do this to show you that x has to multiply the whole of this. We have the subtraction sign. X into x goes once, this times this. So I'm going to do this as a way of showing that this and this are multiplying one another, and this is less than 0. Let's remove the brackets by multiplication and see. When we multiply, we get x squared minus 3x. I have this minus, so I'm just going to do this because this negative has to multiply the product of whatever that I will find from here. So when I multiply, I'll get my x squared plus 4x plus x plus 4. All this, remember, it is divided by this, and this should be less than 0. Moving from here, we have our x squared minus 3x minus into, we have our x squared 4x plus x, that should be 5x plus 4, divide x into x plus 4 being less than 0. And then let's remove the brackets by multiplication. With this negative, we will find x squared minus 3x minus x squared minus 5x minus 4, because we're multiplying throughout by a negative. X plus 4, x less than 0. Now probably you asking yourself, okay, Mr. Ndabezita, when we are here, what is it that we need to do? We just need to group the like terms. So x squared minus x squared, this into this, they will cancel. Minus 3x minus 5x, that is minus 8x. I have my minus 4. Divide x into x plus 4 being less than 0. There's a common factor of 4 that I can take out, or even negative 4. So when I take out negative 4 here, I'm left with 2x, because negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. I'm going to have a positive here because negative times positive is a negative. Now negative 4 times 1, it's a negative 4, divided by x into x plus 4 less than 0. So was it useful? I don't think it was. I honestly don't think that it was useful, trying to take out 4 as a common factor. So what else do you think we should do when we get into this, if we don't want to take out 4 as a common factor? But that's fine. Let's say this is what we have. That's fine. Now what is it that we want to do from here? Now since all this is less than 0, so what is it that we're going to do? We're going to calculate what we call the critical values. You remember that. So we're going to take the numerator, minus 4 into 2x plus 1, going to equate it to 0. And then from here, look what I can do. I can divide by minus 4 on both sides. Look what I get. I get 2x plus of 1, that is equals to 0. This is fantastic. And then I will get x as being equals to minus 1/2. Now that I've done this to the numerator, I can do to the denominator. So I can say on my denominator, x into x plus 4 equals to 0. So x equals to 0, or x plus 4 equals to 0, x equals minus 4. Let me show you something here. The very mistake that you might do here. Do not say I divide both sides by x, therefore x goes into x once, and then you say 0 divided by x is 0. That will create very serious problems for you. Just say whenever you have x into, remember this is multiplication, and when we have 2, a product that is equals to 0, you say this equals to 0 or this is equals to 0. This is very important. So how many values did we find? 1, 2 and 3. Now let's go to a table. Remember, just as we did in the previous tutorial, we're going to have 3 values, remember, in our table now. So what is it that I have to do from here? All I need to do when I'm here is to say, okay, remember we're starting from negative infinity to positive infinity, so we have negative 1/2. Let me just draw up a line for you here. We have negative 1/2, we have negative 4 and 0. I know that this is bigger than this, so I should start with this and now come with this, and then I have my 0. This is very important for you to understand. After I have done this, remember what we are saying. We are moving from negative infinity to minus 4. Remember what the inequality sign says, less than. So meaning all these values are not part of the solution because it's not less or equal. So I'm going to do this. Very important. Here I am between minus 4 and minus 1/2. Very important. Minus 1/2 and 0. And here 0 to infinity. Very important that we understand this. So we're going to have a table of 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just draw up the table very quickly for you. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to have my negative infinity minus 1, minus 4 and minus 1/2, minus 1/2, 0, 0 and infinity. Very good. I need to substitute here a value that is smaller than minus 4. Let's take minus 5. A value between minus 4 and minus 1/2. We can even take minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So let's just take minus 1. A value between minus 1/2 and 0. Let's take the midpoint. Let's try to find the midpoint. So that's minus 0.5 plus 0 divided by 2. Remember, that's how we find the midpoint. So that would be minus 1/2 divided by 2 over 1. That would be minus 1/2 times, change division to multiplication, you'll take the reciprocal of these numbers. So instead of saying 2 over 1, you'll say 1 over 2. Very important. So here what we will get, it's minus 1 1/4, which is negative 0.25 if not mistaken. So we're going to substitute a value negative 0.25 and then a number that is bigger than 0. Let's just take 1. Let me just verify to see whether this is true. Just quickly on on my laptop and see if things are running smoothly as we have said. Okay, that's fine. Let me just say 1 divided by 4, and the answer is 0.25. Correct. Now remember what we are writing this side. Remember what we did. We were here. Do not forget this. So we're going to write this, which is the same as that. There's no difference. Remember, this is the same as this. Very, very important that we understand this. So what I'm going to do, in fact, when we looked at our critical values, so I think it would be best if we take this from where? I think from here. From here. Let's take it from here. Where is it? Where did I get this? X into x plus 4. Oh, that was the denominator. Sorry. I'm looking for the numerator. So let me just take this. Or I think what I should do, let me take it from here. Let me take it from here. Let me just have x. Let me just have my x from this, remember? And then from here, let's take 2x plus 1. Very important. Remember what we did here. 2x plus 1 equals to 0. So this, where x equals 0, I take it. Where 2x plus 1 equals to 0, I take it. And what else? Which one was also equals to 0? We have x equals to 0. We took this. We have 2x plus 1 that was equals to 0. Very good. And then there should be another one. Let's take x plus 4. There it is. X plus 4 was also equals to 0. And then from there, what else should we take? What else should we take? We have x, 2x plus 1, x plus 4. So there's another number that I think is missing here. Okay, we had 1, 2, 3. Let's see if things will work out just fine for us. Let's see. And from there, I know what should happen. Remember, what should happen is I should be able to do what? Remember, when I substitute in here, I should find a value that is less than 0. Let's see this. So when I'm here, I'm going to substitute minus 5. This is negative, 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 and positive. Substitute there, you'll get a negative, you'll get a negative. 2 into 0.25. Let me just check very quickly. 2 into negative 0.25 plus 1, and you find a value that is positive. Okay, and you'll get a positive also here. and then when you substitute a negative, negative, positive, positive, and positive. Right, now remember what should happen from here. You must have your where do we substitute? In here, this is where we should substitute. So how are we going to substitute? This minus 4 should be here. We should have this minus 4. Why? Because look, there's a minus 4 that is multiplying in here. There's a minus 4 that is multiplying in this 2x plus 1. So it should be included in the table of values. So this would be negative, because remember there's no x here. We are not substituting any x value. So everything here would be negative. Now let's try and check. Let's check now. We're going to say that negative 4, what is it that we found in 2x plus 1? Negative 4 multiplied, look, it's negative by negative, you should get a positive. Very, very important. Highly and highly important. Right. And then remember what else? This is negative 4 times this. Very good. But this should be divided by x. So this, let me write this down for you so that you don't miss anything. Let me do this. Let me say 2x plus 1 x into x plus 4. Remember this was less than 0. Now let's check. Remember we said negative 4, which is negative. By this negative we get a positive. Let me not write this first. So we have a positive. Now what we need to do is to say that positive divided by negative, which is x, that's a negative, and then that negative divided by this, negative divided by negative, it's a positive now. Okay, and now we come in this line. This divided by this, let's check, this divided by this. So negative divided by negative is a positive, and then that positive divided by a positive is a positive, and then that positive multiplied by a negative is a negative. Negative by positive is a negative, by positive is a negative, by negative is a positive. Very important. Negative by positive, by positive, by positive, by negative is a negative. So where do I get less than 0? The solution where it is negative. Here I get it. This one and this one. So the solution is minus 4. Okay, let me just take another pen. Minus 4 is to minus 1/2. The union, because I have more than one solution, the union of 0 is to infinity, and I am done.